Hey everyone, my name is Ricky Gonzalez. I'm the VP of Content at FlyQuest, and I am so excited to unveil to you guys today our LCS Aquarium. Part of our new FlyQuest SeaQuest campaign, we wanted to bring some of the ocean to our office, so we've added ourselves a brand new saltwater aquarium. Throughout the development of the tank, you'll be seeing adding fish, more creatures, we'll be adding additional corals, we'll be adding touches of LCS and League of Legends here and there. And today what I wanted to do is just really quickly give everyone kind of a rundown of what kind of creatures and marine life that we have in this tank. So starting with probably the most popular, the clownfish. So you'll see this guy up in the top right of the tank. Obviously he's super famous because of Finding Nemo, and he's easy to care for. He's a very calm fish, but probably one of the most fun to watch. You'll see him at night. He'll swim around while he's sleeping. He'll also find himself a little nest inside a piece of the coral. Just a super fun and beautiful fish to watch. Next up, we've got the royal grandma. So this guy's tough to see. He usually likes to come out at night. We've seen him pop out a few times. I think you guys will really love him. He's beautiful. He is, I believe, really territorial, so he likes to have his kind of little nook and cranny that he likes to hide in. You usually find him in the back, behind the corals, but he'll pop his head out eventually. And if you do, screenshot it and send it to us on Twitter, because it's likely that we'll only see him every once in a while. Now we've got the blue-green chromie. You can see this guy in the top right back of the tank. Super fast. This guy loves to just dart around and shoot around. Him and the clownfish actually spend a lot of time together, it seems. I think they've developed a little bit of a friendship. Next up is the Redhead Solan Fairy Wrasse. I hope I'm saying that all right. Let me see if I can find him. He, I believe, is over there on the right, and he will develop colors much different depending on what part of the life he's in. So right now you can see he's got a nice pink head, he's got an orange top, and he's got kind of a blue line throughout. Beautiful fish, very calm. You will find him a lot underneath the coral shelf on the left, hiding in a little bit of the darkness, but lately he's been hanging out kind of in the open and enjoying himself. Next, we've got a Yellow-Bellied Damselfish. So this one's easy to spot. He's right there in the middle, hanging out with the blue-green chromie. Super vibrant, and one of the cool things about him is as the lights change throughout the day, which I'll explain a little bit later, his colors really, really begin to shine, and he's a really, really fun fish to watch. He's very calm as well. Doesn't really like to dart around too much, but he is so much fun to watch. Next up, I'll show you guys a couple of the members of the cleanup crew, which are essentially creatures that you get to put in a tank that helped eat some of the algae and the refuse that comes out of the fish, obviously, to help keep it clean. First up, one that you might not see ever, but if you're lucky, at night, maybe he'll pop out, is the brittle starfish, or the Sri Lankan starfish. This guy is so cool to see, but he hangs out in the bottom right underneath that coral. So you might see an arm or a leg, one of his little tentacles kind of popping out of that every once in a while. But really, he's very docile and just likes to hang out. So if you see him, clip him too. I'd love to see him through the stream. That'd be really cool. Next, we've got one of my favorites in this tank, the tuxedo sea urchin. So this guy, you'll see kind of he'll essentially collect all of the debris and random pieces of coral that might fall off as the fish are eating it, and it ends up on his tentacles, and he eats it over time. And he will also eat all the algae, a lot of the different stuff that comes out of the fish as well. Super cool. He moves slowly, but you'll see him most likely in the front of the tank, and he'll go from left to right. I don't think you can see him right now, but very likely that you will see him later on today. Next up, we got the Leg Hermit Crab. We have a handful of these. So these you can find really anywhere. They can be on the coral. They might be hanging out on Nautilus over there. Usually in the front, they're hanging out. They're eating the algae. They're eating really anything they can get their hands on. We'll see a lot of these kind of throughout. We'll add a few here and there just to make sure that we've got an ample amount of cleaning crew. Really awesome creature for sure. Another cool thing I want to share with you guys is that throughout the day, the lighting is going to change. So we'll see it start kind of here in this whitish, bluish light, and throughout the day it'll change into something a little bit more neon, a little bit more blue. I'll try and show that to you right now. So here you go. Here's a look at what it looks like around 6 p.m., 8 p.m. at night. This is when it'll start to get dark. Our fish are generally sleeping between 10 p.m. and 10 a.m. and we'll have light throughout the day from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. But you'll be able to see as we kind of get closer to the nighttime, the light gets a little bit more blue, which kind of accentuates a lot of the different corals. And right now we've got a lot of good greens, and we've got a gold coral there in the middle. It's a little hard to see, but eventually we'll be adding some red ones, some yellow corals, some just really beautiful stuff to make the kind of the colors pop throughout. Really awesome. We also have a overlay for this, so to make it a little bit easier on your eyes at night if you're watching this, here is our night mode. This is awesome. I think this is probably my favorite. I'm likely going to put this full screen on my TV at night and just use it to fall asleep. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. We will be adding updates at our Twitter account at FlyQuest on Twitter. So give us a follow. Let me know if there's anything weird going on, but likely it's just going to be a beautiful time with some beautiful fish. So enjoy yourselves. Thank you guys.